Hey guys, if you follow us on all our social media content, you know how many properties we list, you know how many properties we close on an annual basis, so you know how much content exists, which comes with tons of comments, tons of people saying, man, we love the videos you're putting out, and hey, we love these listings. But then you've got the naysayers, as I'll say, the negative comments, the people that they just seem to have to say something. And first of all, I'll say that when those negative comments come in, they're immediately deleted. We don't entertain it, and most of the time we're just going to block you and get you off the page, because we're not out here putting out a negative environment. We're out here to help people buy dream properties, to help sellers sell them, maximize their income or their profit on the property, and we're just not going to put up with silliness on any of the platforms. But one of the comments this morning was, I posted a new listing that's mostly tillable, and a fellow made a comment, there goes another farm going to be developed to a subdivision. Well, that's not up to me. What is up to me is when someone hires me, my job is to lead them and guide them, ask them what their goals are, and ultimately help them obtain their goals. I've never had a client seller ask me, what's the least amount of money you can get for my property? Everybody always wants to know, how do I maximize the price for my property? So my job is to develop a plan that will help them maximize their pricing and help them ultimately reach that goal. How we sell it, who we sell it to, and what the end use is ultimately up to that seller. It has nothing to do with my decision. The seller decides who they sell it to, and the seller decides how much we sell it for. So if you're one of those fellows who's fussing about farmland, hey, I'm with you. I don't want to see farmland turned into houses. I don't want to see farmland turned into data centers or solar farms or any of the other concrete things that are happening to farmland. But there's a lot of people out there who are not farming anymore. Those families are done farming. Farming's a hard business. It's very expensive right now. There's a lot of families who have inherited these farms, and they can't afford to pay the taxes anymore because the counties have jacked the prices up on the tax value so high that the farm rent no longer covers the tax. So now they're having to come out of pocket to pay to keep the farm. So there's a lot of inventory hitting the market just because they're no longer farming and they can't afford to keep the land, and or they don't want to keep throwing money at it every year, and they're not using it because a lot of them live out of state. So there's a lot of land coming for sale. And as I said earlier, when you call me and you tell me that your goals are to sell it and to get as much as you can for it, my job is to do that for you. If you're a buyer and I've got something you want to potentially look at that's listed, we're happy to talk to you. But again, ultimately, when a seller hires me, my job is to help them reach their goal, which is most of the time maximizing that value. So if you're one of those people who like to scroll through Facebook or scroll through any of the social media platforms and make comments about farmland turning into residential, send those messages to the sellers. Don't send them to the real estate agent. We're just doing our job. We're helping those people hit their goals. We're helping those people sell their property, sell it fast, and get as much as they can for it. Now, there are conservation easements we could put in place. There are deed restrictions that we can put in place. If a family says, I don't want to see it turned into houses, we're happy to give them all the ways that we could save that farm and keep it from happening. But that rarely happens. Why? Because that family can create generational wealth for generations to come, that when grandpa bought it 50 years ago, he had no idea that $1,000 an acre property would be worth $100,000 an acre. So as you're cruising the internet and you're ragging on real estate agents, it's not our fault. We're just doing what we're hired to do. We don't want to see it no more than the next person does. But when you're in a market like we are, from Raleigh to the beach, the #1 state in the union to move to, there's a lot of people coming here. There's nothing we can do to slow that process down. And my job is to help the people who hire us, give them the best service we can, and maximize their outcome at the end of the day. If you've got any farmland, any real estate questions, if you're a family in dispute, having trouble deciding what you'd like to do with your property, give us a call. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you, walk you through the process and make it as easy as possible. If you've got any real estate questions whatsoever, give us a call or visit us at whitetailproperties.com.